So let's call the two new functions that we have created. Technically, to be correct, these functions have to be called only when our payment was successful. But since our payment is not integrated yet, and we want to check if everything is working, I'm going to go to my checkout button pressed and proceed with purchase. Here I'm going to call this two function. So I'm going to say empty the basket and update, let's see, add items to purchase history, and the items we are going to add is self.purchased item IDs. And here also, since we are not updating this will happen when we pay, we are going to say that purchase item IDs. Let's just save the information. For every item we have in our, let me just put a temporary function here under my helper function. So say func temp function. And let's call this for item in all items. So we go through every item we have in all items, and then we are going to say purchase item IDs dot append item dot ID, and I'm going to call this temp function so that it generates our purchase item IDs first. So let's run our application, and we are going to open also our Firestore. So if I refresh now, my current user has no purchases. You can see it's empty, and my basket has one item inside. So let's begin with adding another item to my basket. Let's add the car. It was added. Let's go to our basket, and now I'm going to purchase it. So let's check out. Everything is zeroed now. You can see my basket was updated. And if I go to my user, and let's see, this purchase item IDs wasn't updated. So let's see if there are any errors printed out. Okay, the problem is actually we are emptying the basket before we call this function. So once we get there in our empty basket, we are setting the purchased item IDs to empty string, empty array. That's why by the time we were calling this, it was already empty. So just by shifting the places, this should work now. Going back to my basket, I have two items and purchasing, and both of them were added to my purchased array. So this works, and our checkout button is disabled because there are no items in our basket any longer.